today I'm super excited for today's video. One of my absolute favorite things about Trader Joe's is how inexpensive their flowers are. So today I wanted to share with you how you can put together a really awesome flower arrangement for your home without spending a lot of money. So I wanted to show you how to put together a Trader Joe's flower arrangement with just kind of walking in blindly. Last night I went to work out. I'm going to show you here. I am going to work out and then I'm going to Trader Joe's. I'm going to bring you along with me. I might be a little bit sweaty, but I wanted to show you how I pick flowers at Trader Joe's and what my options are so you can kind of see just what we started with. So just a little tip, when you walk into Trader Joe's, just look for a flower that catches your eye. It could be, sometimes they have an overabundance of really good selection and other times they don't have a bunch. So you're just looking for some complementing colors. You could just get 2 packs of flowers. You could get 1 and just add greenery. It really is up to you. I walked in blindly to Trader Joe's and I just randomly looked around at their selection and picked 2 bunches of flowers and a bunch of this Dusty Miller that they had. $3.99 for the carnations, $7.99 for the spray roses, and $2.99 for this filler, which is called Dusty Miller. So for $15, we're gonna put together a really fun, inexpensive arrangement. And along with my filler, I also needed some greenery. So I went to my backyard and I just cut a few sprigs of 2 different types of greenery plant that I just had in my backyard. You can do the same, or you can go out on a walk if you're in kind of a public area and you just see some really pretty green filler. Just cut a few branches off and take that home and add it to your Trader Joe's flowers and it will turn out awesome. So first things first, you're gonna need to decide what type of vessel you want. The one I really wanted, I couldn't find. It was just a simple clear glass low round vase. I couldn't find that anywhere, so I'm gonna be going with this because I like this size. I like that it's a little bit lower. This taller one was in the runner-up. And if I have anything extra, I think I might fill this little white one with any extra flower clippings for the bathroom or my bedroom or somewhere else. But right now I'm making an arrangement for my kitchen island. So let's get started. I'm gonna show you how to do this. Okay, so one of the first things you'll notice is when I walked into Trader Joe's, you're bombarded with just a lot of stuff. There are a lot of pre-made bouquets, but what you wanna look for is just a simple flower. So I like lighter colors, so I went with this light. This was the only package they had available and I was really nervous while I was filming that someone was gonna snatch it. But right away when I went in, I love these white spray roses. They're called White Magelica. They have a very slight pink hue to them, which I love, and they just open up really beautifully. They're not super tight like some of the traditional spray roses are, so these are one of my favorites, and when I used to do wedding flowers, these were usually one of my go-to within my order. Then I noticed these really cute mini carnations. These are kind of like a light peach color. I thought that they would go really well with the White Magelica spray rose. A lot of people are still scared from the carnations. I think the 80s did the carnations way wrong. You just think of prom boutonnieres or whatever, but carnations are really beautiful, and I think when you pair them with the right flower and with greenery, they're just a really sweet ruffly flower. So I got those, and then again, sometimes Trader Joe's has a bucket now of random greenery and filler. I love Dusty Miller. I love the texture and the color, so I decided to grab this for $2.99. You can't go wrong. So I think this paired with the different greenery from my yard will be hopefully a great arrangement. So sometimes in these type of arrangements, I get an oasis or a floral foam. I have those, but because I didn't have any on hand, guessing that most of you at home don't either, we're just gonna start with a bowl. And because this is a little bit of a wider rim, this bowl itself I have had from my flower design days, but you can find something like this like at Home Goods or Target. It's probably about 8 inches in diameter. What I'm gonna do is just take some tape. Now you can use kind of whatever tape on hand. You don't even have to use tape, but I'm going to create a little grid on top because I don't have foam that's gonna help hold a lot of the flowers and greenery in place. I'm just using washi tape, but I'm just going to start going through and place the tape on top. Now what I'm doing here is just making a little bit of a grid. You don't need to worry if any of the tape, yours might be clear or whatever, is showing a little bit on the sides. I like to kind of have overcoming on the sides of your arrangement bowl. So that should be hidden. Okay, so here's the grid. The grid is done. The best way to start your flower arrangement is have all your flowers out available. As you notice, I took them out of the packaging. I cut all of the rubber bands off, and all my greenery is down here. So to build a flower arrangement, you're gonna start with the base. So you're gonna start with just building it from the greenery first. You might need to go back and fill in, but that's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna start with the greenery, and we're gonna just kind of build from there, and then we're gonna add the flowers to it. So if you watch any of my flower videos in the past, you will notice that I like a little bit more of a kind of looser, organic, wild, just natural looking arrangement. I don't like things super tight, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. And I just kind of start piece by piece. I'm gonna start with the various clippings that I have. I'm kind of starting with this one certain type, and then I'm gonna go to this type and then add the Dusty Miller. And as I mentioned before, at the end, after we add the flowers, a lot of times I need to go back. You just kind of gotta start. You gotta start somewhere. Gotta just start sticking. And you will see that the more you start putting in, it builds on top of each other and it starts to kind of come together, but just slow and steady. I like to start, kind of build it out this way, and then I start to fill in the middle with greenery. Good spot. I am done with the greenery from my yard. I'm gonna add a few sprigs of the Dusty Miller now. I like the contrast to this, and as I mentioned, the color is really pretty. And a little tip with the Dusty Miller, bunching it together, I feel like looks really good. If you have a little one-off here and there, it might look a little random. It kind of together, and I'm also kind of putting it in the similar areas to where it's kind of heavier going out to the left and to the right here. The base is built. We are gonna start with, I'm gonna show you guys all the sides. We are gonna start with adding our flowers. So what I think I'm gonna do is, because the white Majolica spray rose will be my main flower, I'm gonna start with this, and then I'm gonna add the little carnations as a little filler here and there. Sprays are kind of grouped together, some of them, and then some of them are more singular. So just like the greenery, you just gotta start, and as we continue on, you just see the more and more we do, the more this builds. Some of the petals have a little bit of browning, but again, you go to Trader Joe's, you get what you get, and you just work with what you got, right? So I like having a lot of flower kind of coming off the side here, kind of hiding the tape, hiding the edges to kind of give it a overflowing look. So as you're working, just be sure to spin, because mine will be in the middle of my island, so I need it to look good for on all angles. So I'm just going to keep spinning. I feel like this is in a pretty good spot to start adding now our carnations. I still got plenty of roses, but again, I think we're good. We don't need to overpack it. Now with the carnations, I'm going to just do one at a time, and I'm just going to have these be just a little accent flower. So I'm just gonna start trying to fill in little areas, like right here, just little pops, just a little subtle color, and I think they're super cute. Also, once the arrangement's done, I might take a cup and go back through and fill this with a little bit more water just to ensure all the stems are well hydrated. I'm just visually looking at it, seeing where we can add a little bit of pop and dimension and sticking. There's not a lot to flowers, so do not be scared, and it's just so fun to practice, especially when you have time. So if you've never tried it, go to Trader Joe's. Instead of just cutting the flowers and sticking them in a vase, which I do all the time, try making an arrangement out of them. I think you guys will really find how fun and therapeutic and enjoyable flowers are. I miss doing it for weddings and for events. So this is just a fun way that I can keep creative, and again, it's challenging. I don't get my favorite flowers all the time, or most of the time really. They pretty much just carry the basics, but it's still fun and it challenges you, keeps you creative. One of the other things I like is the dimension that you can see here. So like, it's lower down here, these are kind of popping up a little bit. It just creates a little bit more of that organic look and feel that I mentioned before. This looks like a wedding arrangement, doesn't it? So pretty. So yeah, this was $15, and I am feeling like this is very full, very done. I'm looking around. Right here I see a little bit of a pocket window, so I'm going to put a little greenery in there. This has more than enough flowers. I'm going to reserve the rest to just add in this jar to put in my bedroom. But yeah, so I'm going to take the leftover Dusty Miller we had, and I'm going to just kind of stick it down in here just to fill in this little pocket window. As you can see, it's just kind of peeking up, which I love. I like that the Carnations have just these little pieces of unopened, again, just different texture, texture. It just creates variety. Okay, you guys, I think we're done. I'm really happy with how this looks. You can easily keep going, and at some point you just gotta say, nope, this looks great as is. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. And there you have it. So this is a super easy, this probably took 10 minutes to put together, affordable, inexpensive, Trader Joe's or your local grocery store flower arrangement that costs $15 because I had all the supplies on hand, and the greenery is from my yard. So if you're looking to make something just for your home for every day, for a special event, or you're hosting a party or dinner, give it a try. Let me know how you guys think. Please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That way I know I will do more of these. I'll do more of the pop-in Trader Joe's, see what they have. Let's see what it's like to just throw together an arrangement. So if you like that, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and if you have any questions, of course, I always try to get back to you. So that is it, and you guys have a great day. We'll see you next week with some more fun videos. All right, bye.